Hi, and welcome to episode 10 of Let's Dig In with Maddie and Bri. I'm Maddie, and this is Bri.
Hey, Maddie and I are both nutrition and hormone specialty coaches at CrossFit Glen Burnie. We are so excited you're here to dive into gut health and how it's affected by antibiotics. We've partnered with Healthy Steps Nutrition to support our clients using a framework that is guided, tested, and proven. We believe something as fundamental as nutrition shouldn't be complicated, which is why we focus on a simple habit-based approach. Now, let's dive into today's topic.
Okay, so today's topic is all about gut health, but let's first talk about what the gut is. The gut microbiome is a complex system influenced by diet, lifestyle, and genetics. It includes different bacterial populations that compete for resources, and what we eat plays a major role in shaping this balance.
Yeah, for example, research shows the Western diet, which is high in those processed foods, saturated fats, and sugars, reduces the diversity of beneficial gut bacteria and actually increases the harmful ones. It also lowers production of short chain fatty acids, and those support our immune function, metabolism, and the gut lining. So, this imbalance can lead to inflammation, gut dysbiosis, and also a higher risk of obesity, metabolic issues, irritable bowel syndrome, and other certain cancers as well.
Now, on the flip side, research shows that diets rich in whole, minimally processed foods support a more diverse and healthy microbiota. This shift reduces inflammation, strengthens the gut barrier, and lowers risk of chronic disease. Interestingly, diet appears to have a stronger influence on a microbiome than genetics, which is a big deal.
Absolutely. So let's take a look. How does taking antibiotics affect your gut? Well, antibiotics are designed to kill harmful bacteria, but they can also wipe out your beneficial bacteria in your gut at the same time.
That's right. So here's what happens. Loss of diversity. Antibiotics reduce the number and variety of good gut bacteria. Imbalance or dysbiosis with fewer good bacteria, harmful bacteria can take over. Also, with antibiotics, it can cause a weakened gut barrier. This can lead to inflammation or things like leaky gut. And of course, we're familiar with digestive issues. Common symptoms include bloating, diarrhea, constipation, or food intolerances. Even a short course of antibiotics can have lasting effects on your gut microbiome, especially with repeated use.
And let's discuss how we can support your gut after you're taking those antibiotics. So, a few things come to mind, like eating more fiber-rich whole foods. We want to support regrowth by feeding your gut with prebiotic-rich foods, and we're going to talk more about those soon. Also, adding probiotics through fermented foods to reintroduce good bacteria. That's a good natural way to do that. You can try sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, kefir, kombucha, or unsweetened yogurt that has live cultures.
And we're absolutely not we're not saying avoid antibiotics. That needs to happen at certain times. However, we are saying talk to your healthcare provider about adding in a probiotic supplement. It can help repopulate the beneficial bacteria. Look for one that has multiple strains and 10 to 50 billion CFUs. Also, what would be helpful is avoiding ultra-processed foods and added sugars. These actually feed harmful bacteria and slow recovery. Focus on whole, nutrient-dense foods.
Yeah, and lastly, just give it time. It can take weeks, even months, for your microbiome to fully recover. And consistency really matters here. So keep supporting it long after the antibiotics are done. All right, so now that we understand how important gut health is and how food affects it, let's talk about how to start trusting your gut. We're going to move into 3 tips that you can start using today to improve your gut health. And tip number 1 is to focus on whole foods first, with an emphasis on a variety of fruits and vegetables. I do want to point out, Maddie and I did a challenge a while back where, we really wanted to try to have 30 different plants in a week. And so going through that, we were like, oh my gosh, this is going to be so hard. But it really wasn't as challenging as we thought it might be after looking at, different spices that you eat and just changing up your veggies that you're going through or your fruits that you're putting in your smoothies. So I really enjoyed that. Did you, Maddie?
Yeah, I really loved it. It gave me a good opportunity to kind of take better, bigger look at what I was eating on a daily. I've also worked with clients who say like, oh, I'm in a cooking rut or I don't have that much diversity in my diet. So I've actually given them this challenge for 1 week just to track where they are. And that's been really helpful for them as well.
Oh, very cool. Yeah, and focusing on whole foods is, that first step to improving gut health. And eating a variety of those fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and nuts that provides fiber and also adds nutrients that fuel beneficial gut bacteria. Research actually shows that whole foods increase the production of those short chain fatty acids. And again, that's going to help reduce inflammation, support immune function, and maintain the gut lining, and also help regulate your metabolism.
Yes. A diverse mix of plant foods also provides antioxidants that protect the gut lining and reduce inflammation, creating a healthier environment for good bacteria to thrive. Okay. So, if you struggle to eat more fruits and vegetables, aim to start slow. For example, if you're currently only eating about 1 cup or 1 fist of veggies at dinner, next week make it a goal to add the same amount at lunchtime by preparing extra veggies when cooking dinner for the next day. So once you start to add 2 fists of veggies at dinner while maintaining the first fist at lunch. Once that feels easy, try 2 more fists of veggies or about half a plate for lunch and dinner. My favorite places to add fruits include snacks paired with yogurt and almonds and even a breakfast smoothie.
Right on. And don't forget about all of this increasing your fiber, which brings us to tip number 2. We want to be consuming these pre and probiotic foods. So prebiotics are non-digestible fibers that feed the good bacteria in your gut. It helps them to grow and thrive, while probiotics are the live beneficial bacteria themselves. Together, they support a balanced gut microbiome, reduce inflammation, and improve overall gut function.
Yep. And so the way I like to think about it is prebiotics is the fuel and probiotics as the friendly workers that keep your gut healthy. So let's dig into that. Let's start with prebiotics or fiber. In 2017, a study found that fiber helps beneficial gut bacteria thrive, leading to a stronger gut lining, reduced inflammation, and better digestion. Researchers studied the Hadza, a Tanzanian hunter-gatherer tribe whose diet includes around 100 grams of fiber per day. Oh my gosh. Wow. And their gut microbiomes were incredibly diverse thanks to this high fiber intake.
Now, hearing that though, please don't overdo it.
Yeah, 100 grams is pretty insane.
That's a lot.
For the average person.
For the average person, absolutely. And adding too much fiber too quickly can also cause things like gas, bloating, or constipation. We really want to aim for 25 to 30 grams of fiber daily and then increase gradually. So if you are someone who doesn't have a lot of fiber, remember Maddie's tip on starting small. That also goes into effect here. All right. And then let's take a look. So foods that are considered great prebiotics are things like bananas, oats, garlic, onions, leeks, asparagus, flax seeds, and legumes. And probiotics can be found in foods like yogurt, kefir, fermented foods like sauerkraut, kimchi, miso, kombucha, and tempeh, and some cheeses. Those are ones that are going to say live cultures or active cultures. It is recommended to consume 10 to 20 billion CFUs to support that healthy gut and strong immune system. This can be a challenging one for a lot of people of trying to figure out, if you weren't raised eating fermented foods, of where to start. I do like drinking kombucha. I actually was having one before our call today, but also things like miso, just adding a little bit of miso paste into your soup or into your stir fry veggies is a great way to start. If you can only do 1 tablespoon, then, that's where you start.
Okay, now tip number 3 is to manage your stress. It may surprise you, but stress management is key to gut health. Research shows a strong link between the gut and brain. Connected through the gut-brain axis, a communication network involving the nervous, immune, and
the endocrine system.
Thank you. Endocrine systems. Your gut sends signals to your brain via neurotransmitters and hormones. When gut health is poor, inflammation can impact the brain, increasing the risk of depression, anxiety, and cognitive issues.
Yeah, and poor gut health can also lead to nutrient deficiencies like omega-3s, B vitamins, and magnesium, which are closely tied to mental health. One study found that supplementing with B12, folic acid, and magnesium led to noticeable improvements in depression in just 1 week.
Always talk to your doctor before starting any supplements, of course.
Yes. All right. And then let's talk about ways to manage that stress, because it's easier said than done sometimes. Studies show that the gut plays a role in regulating hormones, especially stress hormones like cortisol. When the gut is out of balance, it can contribute to mental health challenges.
Here are 3 simple ways to manage stress and support your gut. First, practice mindfulness. Being present in your thoughts and surroundings helps calm the nervous system. Try box breathing, meditation, or yoga to reset and refocus. Next is move your body. Exercise lowers cortisol and boosts feel-good endorphins. If a full workout feels overwhelming, totally okay. Start small with a 5 to 15-minute walk outside during or after lunch.
Yeah, and another way, number 3, is to prioritize self-care. Make time for yourself daily, and you can swap some of that screen time for some reading or get outside for a hike or a picnic and just stay connected with your loved ones. These small habits can actually make a big difference.
Now that we've explored the 3 tips that you can start focusing on to improve your gut health, let's take a moment to discuss the 3 core principles that have changed the lives of people all around the world. First, focus on whole foods first. We should start choosing whole food options and less processed foods packed with sodium, fat, and sugar. A simple way to start this is by reshaping your plate into the plate method.
Right on. And tip number 2 is to focus on a balance of macronutrients. And when I say balance, I mean, does every meal and snack that you consume throughout the day contain carbs, protein, and fat? Pairing each meal and snack with all 3 macronutrients will help keep you fuller longer. And we've seen that most people will feel their best when fueling their busy days and activity with 40% carbs, 30% fat, and 30% protein, but also individual breakdowns might vary.
Yep, exactly. So the last one is limit the number of processed carbs and sugars. They recommends no more than 6 teaspoons, which is about 24 grams for women, and 9 teaspoons for men, which is about 36 grams. So the average person can easily consume up to 150 pounds of sugar per year, which equals out 46 teaspoons per day. That's incredible. Not surprising, sugar is super addicting and is also hidden in almost every food product you find in a package. So please read those labels.
Yes.
Okay. So now that we would like to take some time to answer some frequently asked questions about gut health.
Where should I start? That's a great question. We want you to start with one thing at a time. When you focus on one thing, you'll be 80% successful in maintaining that one thing. If you throw in two things, you are actually going to be less than 30% successful to maintain that focusing on those two things. If you throw in three things, you are going to be less than 5% successful at maintaining those changes. So after hearing the 3 tips today, maybe you're thinking, all of this sounds great, but I really need support and accountability. Well, that's awesome. And that's exactly what our nutrition coaching program is for. Getting started is super easy. You can go on our website and book that discovery call. It's going to be a free one-on-one chat with one of our coaches to see if this could be right for you.
Okay. So we would like to invite you to our 3rd annual Women's Health Seminar. This is a free event at CrossFit Glen Burnie exclusive to ladies only. Enjoy light refreshments, connect with like-minded women, and explore how to feel your best through every season of life. Our nutrition team will be sharing expert insights on hormone health, and you'll meet amazing local vendors specializing in recovery, performance, and overall wellness.
Yes, I love this event. It is a blast every time. This is really a celebration of education, empowerment, and community. So make sure you register. Again, this is free. We'd love you to bring a friend as well. So scan that QR code to register, and we will see you there.
Yep.
All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us, and we will catch you at the next Nutrition Talk. Until then, have a great day.
Take care.